Hi everybody, I'm Tristan from Ultimate Queen Celebration, also the Toronto production of the Smash musical Come From Away. This is my 2005 Tom Anderson classic. And this is my 2017 Anderson Icon. Now, why have two S-type guitars from the same shop, you might ask? Well, in my humble opinion, the only thing better than one Anderson is two Andersons. And there's also some differences, which I'll get into. The classic is Tom's original S-style design. As you can see, it's been modernized somewhat. It's got like a sharper bevel around the edge of the body than traditional Strat. It's almost as if you took a regular Strat body and cut a strip off it all the way around. So it's a little bit smaller also. It's got a simplified control layout. In place of the 3-knob configuration, there's a simple 1 volume, 1 tone, but there are some bells and whistles. Pull pot allows you to add the neck pickup to either the bridge or the bridge and middle. Those are two fantastically useful sounds. And this mini switch basically throws some more coils into the pickups, making them hotter and gnarlier. The neck profile is Tom's 63 round back. It's nice and chunky. Nut width is 1 5/8. It's traditional Fender. And that does give me some problems. I've got big fat fingers, and sometimes in first position with cowboy chords I tend to choke off open strings, so it requires a bit of adjustment to my technique. You can see that there's a side jack in place of the usual top jack. And you can see it's got 2 strap buttons in place of the one. That's one of Tom's standard features. Helps balance the guitar when you, say, lean it up against an amp. You don't even really need a stand. Fingerboard is compound radius. It's Tom's, I think, 12 to 16, something like that. And the pickups are Tom's own VA1s. They're true vintage output single coils with a really heavy vintage stagger. I don't know if you can see that, but the D and G magnets are raised pretty dramatically. So I did have to lower the bridge and middle pickups almost flush to the board because I was getting weird wolf tones from the string pull, especially when I was using the neck pickup on its own. And that lowering the pickup means you have to gain it up a little bit more at the amp, which brings up the noise floor. Fortunately, there was a Sir single coil noise canceling backplate around, which I installed. It took care of that problem. Anyway, on to the Icon. When I first heard about the Icon, I got really excited. It's Tom's, more traditional take on the Strat design. So I went out to Cosmo Music here in Toronto and I tried it back to back with 2 other S-types in the same price range, and the Icon smoked both of them, not surprisingly. As you can see, it's got more of the traditional Strat roundover on the body, so the body itself is bigger, but it's got more of the traditional control layout, 3 knobs, 1 volume, 2 tones, but with all the functionality. You can access the additional pickup combinations with a push-push pot on the 1 tone, and you can access the coil tap on the other. It's got the traditional top jack, 1 strap button. I ordered it with the same neck profile. It's Tom's 63 round back, but as you might expect, I went for the wider nut width this time. It's 1 11/16, which makes it a little bit more comfortable down here for my aforementioned big fat fingers. And I ordered the pickups. I ordered VA1s, like in the classic. This guitar usually comes standard with VA7s, but I really like the VA1s in my classic, so I ordered them with reduced stagger to match the fingerboard radius a little bit more closely. And how do they sound? How are they similar, or how are they different? Well, to my surprise, the classic, even though it's a much more modern design, it sounds more traditional to me. It sounds like a late 50s, early 60s Strat. It's very vocal. It's got a really talky, chewy, growly quality that's fantastic for leads. It cuts through the mix. And this one is more transparent and clear. Surprisingly, it sounds more modern. You'd expect it to be the other way around because it's got the more traditional body style, and also the magnet stagger matches the board. So you'd think that would bring it closer to a vintage sound, but this to me actually sounds more modern. It's got kind of scooped mid. The string-to-string balance is better. The treble is accentuated. The treble it's a lot treblier. If I were to characterize the differences between them, I'd say this is a better guitar for rhythm. because of more room at the nut and also better clarity and string-to-string balance. And this is a fantastic guitar for lead because of the aforementioned kind of growly character. It just has a ton of character and jumps out of the track. But that having been said, I'm really glad that I have both of them. This one lives at the theater. It's been with me now for over a decade, and I've played it in literally thousands of shows. It's pretty well loved, as you can probably see. It's taken a few knocks. And this one lives at home, basically. So I've got this one at the theater, and I've got this one to come home to. It's really lovely to have around the house, and it's also handy. I can grab it and take it to jams or sessions or what have you. I put together a short clip to showcase both of them back to back. I didn't want to get a copyright strike, so I just sort of came up with a, generic retro blues shuffle. But you'll probably recognize one of your favorite iconic Strat players in there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you like it or if you found it useful, then hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.